The following is a Cox 11 sports presentation.
I'm Chris Park for Cox 11 here at Christopher Newport University as we're here for the best of the 757 football combine. Players and coaches from throughout the area are here for testing, instruction, and competition to see who's the best of the 757.
Well, it's very similar to what the NFL Combine. So they're going to run the 40-yard dash, they're going to do the vertical jump, the 5-10-5, which is a shuttle run, and a powerball toss. And so with those four tests, you're measuring speed, you're measuring agility, and you're measuring upper body strength and power. You know, again, the pillars for athleticism. So it gives them a chance to see how they stack up against their peers, see what they need to work on, and then it also gives them a chance to be benchmarked across, you know, the country in terms of the Nike Spark ratings.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get there. Let's go. Hey.
It gives them an opportunity to get their name out, get some exposure. You know, sometimes, a lot of times, that's all it takes one time just to get your name out, and you know, you do something spectacular, or do something here at the combine, you know, and all of a sudden their name pops up on the list, and coaches get real interested. So, you know, for the lesser-known guys, I think it's a great opportunity. For the guys who are pretty much, you know, the well-knowns, you know, it's just a competition thing. It's just to see how you match up against the other guys.
That ball on your last step, you should be thrown. All right? Here we go.
We're here with one of the stars of the best of the 757, Kwani Moore, linebacker for Norfolk Christian, who's on his way to UVA in the fall. Kwani, what does an event like this here in the 757 area mean when you can kind of compare yourself to the other athletes in the area?
It's just great competition. Like, I try to see who's out here. I have pretty good relationships with people that just here, like the top players and stuff. But it's just good to see like everybody show up and just have fun, like compete like on 7-on-7 and all that stuff. So.
Now, you coming off a state championship at Norfolk Christian, and we know that success is really built through the offseason in the summer. Is an event like this really something that can carry momentum into the fall for a team?
Well, definitely, like, because we have, like, my homeboy, Will Wahi, and this new kid named Daniel Lake. Like, they just preparing and getting ready for it, because we have, like, a really tough schedule next year and stuff like that. But it's just good, like, to have people, like, for us to come out here and show up, represent Norfolk Christian and stuff, and just prepare and get ready for the fall.
Now, you're a wide receiver at Denby. They like to throw the ball around. What's it like kind of measuring yourself up against the rest of the competition here in the area?
I feel like I have an advantage because, just like you said, we do throw the ball a lot, and other wide receivers and tight ends don't get that like I do. So I'm more experienced with catching the ball, running routes, me being a tight end, experienced with blocking, so I just feel like I have an upper hand.
You don't get a scholarship without somebody seeing you first. So, and whether that be a college coach or a guy who's going to write about you, at some point you have to become a known commodity, or somebody has to have seen you and said, this kid can play. And if we can find a couple of guys out here today, when you see 210 of them, you're certain to see a couple kids that can play. You get to write a couple articles. Maybe a college coach out there sees it, calls the high school coach, and it just kind of starts the process. I mean, obviously, no amount of coverage guarantees you a scholarship because that's going to come from the college guys. But the awareness that there's a kid out there that has these specific skills that you're looking for is the first step in the process.
Go.
Or for the players, it really comes down to we want to make sure that they have every opportunity to shine. You know, this is about football athletes in the 757, and the other events are about that particular sport. So we want to showcase their talents. We want them to compete. We want them to have a lot of fun, but we want them to gain some just great visibility and just really perform well. So, you know, not only do people in the 757 know about these kids, but people in schools outside, recruiters outside of this area, you know, have a good idea of what their skill set is and how they can compete, you know, in all regions of the country.
And that'll wrap things up for another Best of the 757 football combine here at Christopher Newport University. For Cox 11, I'm Chris Park.